Hey there, this is Maria from English Without Fear. Are you proud of your country? Do you feel good about your country? What about Americans? Do Americans feel good? Do Americans like their country? Are Americans patriotic? Well, to find out about patriotism and what that means here in America, listen, watch, and just try to understand as much as you can.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
A lot of Americans are patriotic. What does patriotic mean? When you feel patriotic about your country, that means you feel good about your country. You like your country. Not everything, but a lot of things. And when somebody says something mean or false, something that is not true about your country, then if you are patriotic, you speak up. You defend your country. One way to know if people are patriotic is when they display their flag. Americans like their flag. Last weekend, my husband and I traveled to a place where there are lots of flags. Where did we go? We went to West Point, New York. West Point is a spot on the Hudson River north of New York City, and that is where the United States Military Academy is located, the Army's place to train officers for the military. Why did Mike and I travel to West Point, New York? We traveled for 3 days, for a weekend, because 391 men from Mike's West Point class got together for a reunion. These men graduated. They went through training 40 years ago together. What kind of training do young men and women receive at West Point? It is very difficult to be selected, and many young men and women who are 17, 18 years old want to be cadets at the United States Military Academy. But only 1,000 or so are chosen every year. These cadets receive academic training, they go to university classes, and they get 4 years of military training. When they graduate, they have a university diploma, and they are officers in the United States Army, where they serve, where they work. What did Mike and I and these other men with families do for 3 days when we were all at West Point? On the Friday morning, there was a church service in the West Point Chapel honoring the men of this class, my husband's classmates, who have already died. Then on the Saturday, which was the most important day, there was a parade, a military parade in the central area of West Point. Cadets marched on, military bands played, some Buffalo soldiers were honored. Who or what are Buffalo soldiers? Buffalo soldiers were the first African Americans to serve, to fight in the United States Army. And they were known for riding horses. What else went on during the parade? My husband and all his classmates got to march on. The U.S. Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, was there. Mike Pompeo is also a West Point graduate. That's interesting. There were parachutists who landed right in front of our eyes on the field.
Beautiful landing.
It was really exciting. I felt so good about my country. I felt proud to be an American. I felt a lot of patriotism for America. It was a beautiful weekend with beautiful weather, sun, it was warm, it was perfect. After the parade, there were what is called tailgate parties. Yes, many people come onto West Point to watch the football games on Saturdays, and they have a picnic before. That is called a tailgate picnic. The game, the American football game, was wonderful. Lots and lots of people were there. It was loud. There was music. There were souvenirs you could buy and lots of food. There were more parachutists. People sang the national anthem.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
We watched football, of course, and it was a good thing that Army, the West Point football team, won. They beat the other college that had traveled from Baltimore, Maryland. What else did we do over the weekend with Mike's classmates? Well, we ate a lot of food together. We talked a lot. A small group got together to pray. We relaxed. We shared stories. It was wonderful. It was really good for my husband and for me to be back at West Point. And I am proud to be an American. Of course, there are many things I don't like about my country. We have problems just like every other country. But what about you? Are you proud of your country? Do you feel patriotic toward your country? Tell me. Leave me a comment below this video. And if you're a teacher of some English language learners and you would like the transcript for today's video, go to my website, www.englishwithoutfear.com. There's a link for you to press where you can sign up with your email for a newsletter. And when you do that, when I receive your email address, I will add you to my list. And every time I make a video like this, I will send out an email with a link to the video that has the transcript. Plus, I give some teaching tips. How can you use this video in your class? Well, that's it for this episode. This is Maria from English Without Fear. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here's my email